That's the only two options. I know Mr. Pibb said that he wanted to be a millionaire by 2025, and I'm like, man, I can't guarantee that you're a millionaire by 2026, but follow my lead and we gonna get rich together. We just gotta, it's gotta be, you gotta build a slow, stable foundation. And if you build a slow, stable foundation, that slow, stable foundation will be able to multiply in magnitude. And while you might not be able to be a millionaire overnight, it is possible for a 5-year plan to be a multimillionaire, a 3-year plan to be a millionaire. But it requires you to invest your money. It requires you to invest your money in something profitable, not buying stuff that makes you laugh. Investing in stuff that makes you profitable. Money where you put your money in and more money is owed back to you when it's done. That is where you're supposed to put your money. And that's why we were talking about global economic trades. You might not be able to spend a bunch of money in offshore trades right now today, but with the advancements of technology and the internet, there are ways where you can invest from the comfort of your own home into other countries. You have to do the research and make sure that it's a legitimate trading source. And then you have to look at the trade laws and look at the fees involved with it. Because when you start doing transfers, you're looking at currency exchange fees, you're looking at international trade fees, you're looking at international currency purchases with fees, which are using your credit card when they charge you for international transactions. All of this stuff applies. And when you take that stuff into consideration, you're looking at how much money you're going to get back after you spent a bunch of money on the platform in and of itself. And when you're looking at how much money you're going to get back, that's when you're able to say, okay, I will make a profit off of this or I won't. If you're doing it with the guaranteed every action requires a profitable return, then you may turn away from certain things that are good for you when you think about the fact that this is guaranteed to be a debt, but this debt offsets my profits, which means I don't owe Uncle Sam as much because this is going to be a guaranteed debt. This over here is going to be a guaranteed profit. That is a portfolio. The stuff that you owe money on versus the stuff that you make money on. That's your portfolio. And if your portfolio is positive, it doesn't matter if this is guaranteed to be a total loss, as long as that total loss is offsetting the taxes owed. That means everything else on the other side must be a gain because you're going to invest in a guaranteed total loss. But then you can turn that total loss over time into a profit. You can turn that total loss over time into an enhanced reputation. It just really requires you to know what you're doing and know where you're doing it at. So I told you guys that I'm always going to do the best I can to give you at least an hour, and I managed to just barely get it. I got it right at 39 minutes and 45 seconds. I definitely want you guys to keep coming back to the show. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Make sure that you join a membership. Make sure that you follow Brickle Mode's example and throw some special likes and special comments and special thank yous and donate to the podcast success, so that we can actually increase the ability to provide you guys with better quality streaming as well as better quality information. Remember, even though we start 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 5 Pacific, sometimes we do start a little bit late, but we are on every night of the week. So always come back and look out for us. We talk about business, we talk about politics, finance, relationship stuff, self-improvement, self-motivation, lack of procrastination. We're going to talk about all these things. And I want you guys to be the best use that you can be so that you can get the best out of your environment, regardless of whether or not you're in the United States. So some of these advice that I give you is going to be universal around the world, and some of it might need to be fine-tuned a little bit just so that you can include this information into how you do things in your own country. Either way it goes, you want to make sure that you take with advice that you hear off of this podcast and try your best to cross-reference it as well as implement it. That way you're able to improve yourself, but you're still making more money than what you put in. That means that you just got to continue to invest in that particular product because you're still getting an 8% return, an 8 or 9% return. When we're looking at what we're doing versus what we're getting, we just got to make sure that the numbers match up. It's never too much money if you're getting back more than what you're putting in. It's just the cost of doing business. Remember that.